Welcome back, everybody, to another rousing episode of Maniacal Music Musings. I'm your host, Jeremy, as always. There's no intro like always tonight, folks, because today's a special day. It's my motherfucking birthday. But besides that, we have a guest I've been looking forward to for a couple months now, so well, I didn't waste time. I didn't have time to spend writing an intro tonight. So, oh well, hey, you'll all will live. Of course, I'm being joined as always by my faithful co-host, CJ motherfucking playing the music god himself.
Hey yo, I'm alive. I am here. Somewhat.
Oh,
Physically, if not mentally.
oh, I can't say I'm there mentally any day of the week, but that's me. Folks, tonight we're gonna have a little bit different episode than normal because it's not music we typically hit on this show, which is fucking awesome. I love going off book a little bit, but let me introduce our guests. We are being joined by Kneet of
Yes.
you can find her as Neat Music or Neat Vivo on YouTube. There's a bunch of different ways to find her. But welcome, my dear. I am so happy to have you on the show.
Thank you so much for having me and happy birthday to you. That was a good surprise. I'm glad
Yeah,
I'm honored to be here on your birthday.
when you picked that date like freaking 3-4 months ago, whatever it was, I was like, all right. So that's gonna be my birthday episode. I'm like, all right, it works. I'm,
It must happen for a reason, so let's make this one extra special.
exactly. And I tend to let fate play out as it does. But tell us what made you want to be a what made you want to be a singer? What made you want to be an artist?
Growing up, I wasn't really able to do music because I grew up in such a conservative, strict, religious, spiritual family. I'm from Thailand. I'm Indian by blood. I'm Punjabi Sikh, but I was born and raised in Bangkok City in Thailand. I'm like the fourth or fifth generation there already. So there's definitely a blend there, a mix there, because my parents, grandparents, everybody was born and raised in Thailand. So I definitely have the mix of the both the cultures. But since Indian people still kind of stay in their own traditions, I still have those the traditions and values that I carry with me. But with that came the strictness of the society as well, where doing music and dancing and stuff was considered vulgar, and bringing shame to the family. We were only allowed to be proper Indian girls, like go to school, dress proper, speak proper, the typical stuff. I guess the stereotype you would think of, but yeah, that's how I grew up. And I was not allowed to even dream about wanting to do music because I used to love to dance, and I was really shunned for it and discouraged. And when I hit my teenage years, I talk about this quite a bit, but it was Eminem's music that really opened my eyes and just gave me a whole new perspective. I was already like rebellious, but once I heard Eminem's music, it was over. I feel bad for my parents because once that happened, for me, there was no turning back. I was amazed at how, powerful lyrics could be and how a person was able to express themselves against all odds, you know? And that pushed me even further, and I started a group called Freedom of Expression with a few people that the point was to allow the women and children to be able to express themselves through art, which is music, art, fashion, whichever way, which wasn't allowed before. And that pushed me to want to come to America to pursue it even further, because now this is the land of the free and the home of the brave, right? So I'm being brave, and I'm like, okay, that's where I got to be if I want to be free and do what I want to do. And I could show my women that we can do what we want to do and still be okay and not the discard of the society.
I mean, well, first things first. y- They don't allow dance in India. I like in Indian culture. I mean, this is the world of Bollywood.
Right. I get this quite a bit. So yes, okay. In India, there's Bollywood and it's different, right? I grew up in Thailand, which it's a small Sikh community in Thailand. So it's more a society thing than a religious thing. It's
Okay.
your face in the society and your the parents' name and status, and it's more about that. really, like where I grew up.
I was gonna say, 'cause I just watched this horrible Indian shark movie the other day for another show I do, and I'm like 3/4 of of the freaking movie was Bollywood dancing and musical, and then like a quarter of it was shark attacks.
That's the irony. That's the irony of it. It's like our whole culture is in that, but we're not allowed to do it. So I know it's not really like, the religion or the culture, it's the society and that
So
whole face.
makes sense. I mean, I see Thailand. I see CJ over there like nodding and shaking his head like because he lived in Thailand for a little bit, didn't you, CJ?
No, the Philippines.
Ah, Philippines, yeah.
Our neighbor.
But I I have a friend whose wife is from Thailand, and I've been to Thailand. I've never lived there, but I've been to Thailand, Indonesia, the Philippines.
Nice. Did
It's
you enjoy it?
I absolutely love it. I've already told all of my children. My youngest one has 5 years. When he graduates, he can come with me or he can stay with his brothers or sisters. But if they knock on my door one day and I am nowhere to be found, they have been told that my fat ass will be laying on the beach in the Philippines somewhere. So I have every intention of coming over there, retiring, and living there full time. So
Yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful home, definitely.
yeah, the culture, the people don't understand. You know, they know what they see in movies. And they know what they see here and there. But I've told friends and others, until you go there, until you see it firsthand and wake up and see you have mountains at your back door and oceanfront view at your front door, you just don't understand. Like, you will literally go there and just be like, I never want to go back. Like, I don't want to be anywhere else. And then if you do go back, the second you get back, you're planning your next trip there.
Yes.
Because, it's not just the beauty of it. It's the people, the culture, there's so many aspects of like that area. My uncle was a Marine at Subic Bay. He married my Tita Sue. They owned a resort in Subic Bay for 40 years. So I spent most of my teenage years during the summer in the Philippines. But my uncle also works for National Geographic as an underwater photographer. So I got to go to Indonesia. I got to go to Thailand, Vietnam, Brazil, to the Amazon and see all of these insane, crazy places that an average teenager would never get to see.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, I have a deep affinity and love for that whole area.
I love hearing this because I understand what you mean. I try to explain it to people over here, and sometimes it's really difficult to explain it. Because like me, it was such a culture shock for me because Thailand, like he said, like the people, the demeanor, everything, the energy is so different. Coming from Thailand to a place like New York City, that's like two polar opposites totally. I think you can relate to what I mean, because people are like, no, you're from Bangkok City, which is a Bangkok city as well, but it's the people, it's the energy, it's the vibration, the attitude, maybe. Yeah.
And they also don't understand that there's a huge difference between living in Bangkok and living outside of those areas in the provinces that, the pace is totally different.
Absolutely.
Like, I mean,
it's very different. You go to the south, you get the beaches. You in the city in the middle. You go up to the north, you get the mountains. And there's different cultures, even the southern Thai culture versus the northern Thai culture, where the food is also, have its own little tastes and stuff like that. It's amazing. It's definitely a place you have to go to feel the same way. You got to come to America to know what America is about. Same way.
That's the other thing I was going to say is, land of the free, home of the brave. That's a great slogan, all for America, but it's sadly not true anymore. It's not true. It's not the land of the free.
It is. every country has problems. I mean, without getting into politics, as much as I love the Philippines, Philippines are one of the most volatile politically areas ever, who they will do things that are just completely so off the wall that it blows your mind. For example, when I was there, the Marcoses were in power the first time. Did horrible things, embezzled billions and billions of dollars, all of this terrible stuff. And it was only 30 years ago. So when Bongbong, the son, who was 18 at the time, run for president, I said, there's no way in hell they're going to elect the son of these people who embezzled billions of dollars and had just horrible, horrible stuff going on. And they did.
Yes,
and it's
that's how it works.
Wow, so you can't predict it. It's just is what it is. You accept it, you move on, and it's just it's a thing that you learn to accept because everything else is so bigger and better that it just comes with the territory. Like living in America, you either accept the politics or you don't. It's part of the package. But you don't dwell on it.
Yeah.
I don't dwell on it. Like it is what it is. Whatever. Give it 4 years. It's gonna change.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I've got music and other stuff too.
Well,
in my mind.
Me, like as an outsider, the only like kind of opinion or output I could say is what I went through myself, which is with the family court system here, which was totally opposite of what I thought coming over to this country, because we talked about the freedom and the bravery and the women and children's rights, but I come over here and it's trampled all over, and
exactly.
It wasn't what I thought, and the court wasn't really for the betterment of the child. It was who could play the better game.
Exactly, and
I was like totally shocked. Like, what is this?
That's what we have in common actually, is because CJ and I have both been through the family court system.
Oh my!
I mean, I was a foster child growing up, so
my heart is beating. Like literally, this is so.
I mean. It's funny that in your profile you mentioned coercive control and all that, and that it's even your Spotify profile, and my wife and I have been fighting my stepdaughter's father for freaking 3.5 years now in family court, almost 3 years in family court now, and it's like he's a narcissist. He uses coercive control, institutional gaslighting, and all these tools to try to undermine us and make us look horrible to everybody. So I mean, I've easily spent 40-50 grand on lawyer fees in the last 3 years. Like it's ridiculous.
That's what narcissists do. That's part of their playbook, is they try to exhaust either you mentally, physically, or even financially. That's part
of the above. All the fucking above. All the above.
I think that this is something I also just recently learned about this narcissistic abuse thing. And then everything else started falling into place. Exactly like what you said, the gaslighting, the smear campaign. Everything started to fit. But here's what I think. If we just came up with this term, then the courts obviously don't know about it, right? This is why we start to bring awareness to it. That's why I started the petition for the courts to recognize mental abuse and coercive control. Because when we go to court, they're not looking at the child getting hurt. Like I said, they're looking at who presents the
exactly
is better. So if you don't have the best lawyer, you have no chance, even though you're sitting on a stack of evidence. You could be given a court attorney who really, damages your case, and you don't even know. And as a foreigner, no clue what was going on. You believe everything you're told, and then when you actually find out the truth, the story is built, the narrative is built, the snowball is gone. Now, how do you unravel that? And then they should shut you off, and they close. Like in my case, they just closed the case, even though I brought concerns of the child. And I'm reading the law. You're supposed to investigate if you bring up concern. They closed it. How could they do that? And I'm representing myself. And I'm like, this is not the America that I left my family for.
No, I mean, the family court system in this country is one of the most corrupt systems in the world. I mean, it's horrible. They don't care. It used to be like the mother's right, the mother's in control, but I mean, and well, from my perspective at least, like it's just now hard. Like, no, the father can play all these games and get away with it, and not not care, and the court doesn't care. They don't care what he's doing or anything like that. It's just simply, oh, we're gonna make you keep dishing out money because we don't care about the child's best interest. We care about who's paying the most money.
Yeah. Who's
And
presenting better to the court, who's playing the better game while
which
the child is deteriorating.
I mean, look, it's X fucking exactly. But I mean, we just had our trial, and he made himself look like a damn fool lying on the stand and getting caught on it. So hopefully things turn out our way in a couple months. We get the answer. But fingers crossed. But it's he's an idiot. He's the biggest idiot in the world. We just literally called him something this past weekend. So
They lack empathy. They're not even going to feel, you know how like a normal person one day they will get to that remorse or they will get to realization. They will not. These narcissists. You should have to get over that and just try to prove them. Like just try to prove the path.
oh yeah, that's what it is basically. Is our lawyer our lawyer now is a good lawyer, and she basically told us like you have to catch him in everything he does, catch him. Everything he does, make him basically prove he's in the wrong, and that's what we do now. And we presented a good case in the trial, so hopefully it all works out now. But
that's awesome.
But we're here to talk about music, so let's get to the music of it. I mean, I love that we had that in common, though. So that's another reason why I saw your profile. I was like, oh, I definitely gotta get her on the show.
Yeah, thank you.
But what album did you want to bring, and why did you want to bring this one?
So Alicia Keys does sit close to my heart. You know, the diary of Alicia Keys, because I've always looked up to her, the way she sang out of her heart. I could feel her singing from her soul, not her throat. I love the way her music stands out, like as a form of feminine resilience, you know, and I love the emotional sides of it. So yeah, today I wanted to bring the Alicia Keys album.
Which I mean, you originally were debating between Lauryn Hill and Alicia Keys. I'm guessing you have the same. I'm guessing you have the same love for both.
Yeah, you know, I love them both equally, but here's the thing about me though, like because I grew up in the culture that I grew up, I wasn't much exposed to these albums and stuff. So I would hear songs from these artists just here and there, one song, two songs, you know. So sometimes like it's only been lately that I would sit down and listen to the other songs in the album. So Lauryn Hill, some of her songs really resonated with me because of the strength behind it, you know. Yeah.
Well, I got my own opinions on. Well, we'll see what I think in a minute. But CJ, what did you think of Alicia Keys?
I love Alicia Keys. She not only is beautiful, she is a beautiful person. A lot of charity work she does for different things. But what she said is she's a very resilient person who she sings, you know, with strength and with she sings from a place of passion. You know, her songs are very passionate, whether they're love songs or songs of about her life or whatever. And you know, I don't listen to Alicia a lot, but I have a deep respect for Alicia. She is a phenomenal musician, in the aspect of being both not only a great singer, but also a songwriter and a pianist. You know, she's classically trained as a pianist. So, you know, she, beyond being just a singer, she's a great songwriter and performer, you know. So, as you see, like with the opening intro and the different interludes, you know, she could easily write a classical type record. If she chose to. So, you know, I was kind of happy to see Alicia Keys. It was a change of pace. And I was just waiting for you to say which one was which, because I already had my record picked. It wasn't going to change whether it was Lauryn Hill or Alicia Keys.
Yeah.
My record, I knew immediately what my record was going to be.
Right.
So I was good with Alicia Keys. Because it fit perfectly with what I wanted to bring.
Okay.
So
yeah, I'm in the same boat. Alicia Keys is not my normal scope of music I listen to.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't know how many songs in this album I knew already before I heard it. I was because I only knew Alicia Keys from like MTV radio play like in the early 2000s, like that. Like I was a 2000s kid, same as you. Like
album probably.
Eminem changed my life too. So I mean,
Hey, we got something else in common now.
I honestly I can't stand him now, or for the last decade I can't stand him. But I mean as a kid I fucking loved him. He was a artist for kids because he was about rebellion and anarchy and all the things that teenagers love. But
true.
And I mean, he introduced me to hardcore, which I mean, I'll always thank him for that. But I found better hardcore artists over time. But Alicia Keys, I never really actually listened to a full album of hers until today.
Yeah.
And I mean, it kind of blew me away. I was like, I didn't hate any of it by any means. I did not hate any of it. It's not my normal style of music, so like to me, it was kind of like it was better than another similar artist that got brought today. I'll put that much forward. But I I couldn't get. I mean, I can't get into her fully, but I I didn't like get bored of her album the whole way through. I enjoyed it the whole way through. The songs I liked for good reasons. And I mean, if someone else brought her on the show in the future, I wouldn't be sad about it. I would be happy. She's got a lot of albums that should get brought on. I mean, and honestly, it's the first time Alicia Keys, and it would have been the first time Lauryn Hill got brought on. They're not artists that. I mean, there's a lot of artists that are famous that are huge that people haven't brought on. It's not a big surprise.
Right.
We there's so many artists out there in the world that it's not surprising at all in the 100+ episodes that there's one's missing still. I mean, we just had who was that? I can't think of who it, but there was just another artist that got brought on a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, I can't believe this artist never got brought on before. Like it's just it's amazing the amount of artists that haven't got brought on the show, and that's some fault of my own for not bringing them on myself, but they're all not my spectrum for music. But I I respect Alicia Keys. I 100% respect her. Her music is amazing. Her piano work is so fucking good. And
Yes.
I when we get to my album, there was a couple other choices I almost considered for this to match it up with her, but I went the way I did for a reason, which I'm pretty sure you'll see. But I I like Alicia Keys though. I can't hate on her. I can't say she's horrible at what she does. She's a good artist. Is it within?
Struck me too because I played piano as a kid, so I guess that's another reason why I use. Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes sense. But I mean, she's a great artist. I can't ever hate it. I can't ever hate her for doing what she does.
Yeah.
But unlike other artists in the 2000s who I could hate on all day and not get not get tired of hating on them. But Alicia Keys, she didn't fall into the whole Hollywood scenario of like, oh, I'm gonna cut an album or two and then I'm gonna go get junked out. Like that's what a lot of 2000s female artists did. They cut an album or two and then they went and fell victim to all the evil in Hollywood. She didn't do that. She stuck true to herself, and she's still putting on music for fuck's sake. So respect where respect is due, 100%.
Yes.
But all right, well, we're gonna get into it in the top 5. I already know that. So what would be your top 5 songs from this album?
So I wrote it all down so I don't make a mistake and forget.
I do too. Trust me, you have to.
Okay, yeah. So Diary, If I Ain't Got You, Karma, You Don't Know My Name, and Dragon Days. These are my top 5 from her album.
The Dragon song was good. I just couldn't get in my top 5. It was good. But I expected kind of like a almost Asian flow to the piano, and it didn't hit. And I was like, come on, you missed an opportunity there to do like the whole like Chinese thing with it or Japanese thing with
it.
But
should do a remix to it, right?
I would honestly be surprised if she hasn't. But I mean, she's been around for 30 years now, for fuck's sake. So It wouldn't surprise me. But CJ, what were your top 5 songs for Alicia?
Number 5 is Dragon Days. Number 4, If I Ain't Got You.
Yeah.
Number 3 is Diary because it has Tony on it, and they are like one of my very, very favorite R&B groups. Karma is number 2, but my favorite song on this record for the longest time has been So Simple because it just has that kind of groove to it. A little bit of hip hop, but it has Lolo on it, and Lolo is a really underrated artist. So that's my number 1.
Nice list you got there.
All right. Well, I got 2 that nobody mentioned. Actually, 3. Holy fuck! But that never happens. Okay, cool. Fuck. I mean, it was a long album, so that's not surprising. But my number 5 was Samsonite Man. That was almost like a freaking 70s Shaft like song. So I kind of enjoyed that shit. I'm a huge fan of 70s Motown music. But my number 4 was When You Really Love Someone, which nobody mentioned. Like I grew up with that song. Like, that song is incredible. Like
That's true.
I mean, I makes me think of my wife, so I freaking enjoyed the shit of that song. My number 3 was Diary. That's an amazing song. And my number 2, nobody mentioned this yet, but If I Was Your Woman, Walk On By, like, I grew up hearing that song all over the radio, like, If I Was Your Woman. Like, I feel like it's a remake, though. I feel like it's like a cover of someone from the 70s.
Really? I didn't know.
CJ, am I wrong on that?
What?
If I Were Your Woman, wasn't that done by someone in the 70s?
No, these are all original. I think they're all originals.
All right.
There might have been something with a similar title, but
it had to be.
Maybe.
I could hear the Motown version of it, like, if I were your woman, and like I could hear. I would keep on loving you. Like, I feel like it's Gladys Knight. I feel like Gladys Knight did a similar song, but I could be wrong. But I feel like I feel like somebody in the 70s did that song originally. But all right, maybe it was just a similar song. But
well, I guess you're right. It was Gladys Knight.
Thank you.
I
knew it.
Good, yeah.
I know Gladys Knight's fucking voice. Ain't nobody tell me I don't know that.
That's awesome. That's beautiful.
But it's a different song by 100%. Like she doesn't have the Motown flair that Gladys did. But I mean, it's
right, taking like little pieces, samples from there, and making a whole new, like, that's beautiful. I love that.
But my number 1 had to be Karma. I grew up hearing that song everywhere, and these days I'm hoping somebody gets a certain karma that he deserves. So, for what he's done to my fucking daughter. So I hope somebody fucking gets the karma they deserve. But I'm a huge fan. I'm a paranormal podcaster on my other podcast. So karma and fate are big topics on my show.
Nice.
I any song about karma, I'm 100% down for.
Yeah.
Shaggy Too Dope did an amazing rap song about karma, but well, I guess it's time. Unfortunately, CJ, what album did you want to bring in? Why?
In this style of music, which is R&B and mostly females, I have certain favorites. My favoritist is Patti LaBelle. Chaka Khan is closely behind her, but closely behind them is who I brought. It's the songwriter called India Ari. I just love India. I love the mellowness of her songs, but I like how she writes about empowering women, about inner beauty and inner strength, and just being able to be yourself in your own skin, regardless. Her songs are uplifting and powerful, and I love that there is a female singer that kind of stands on that message of being yourself, using your inner strength, and creating your own space within the world that tries to tell you can't. So I brought her debut record. It's called Acoustic Soul. It's one of my all-time favorite records. And while I realize it's not for everybody, it is a record I listen to a lot, probably at least 3 or 4 times a month. So, I knew once you said Alicia Keys or Lauryn Hill, I was bringing this record, regardless of who the other one was. When you said Alicia Keys, it made it even better because message-wise, the 2 records are very similar. They came out about the same time, very similar messages of strength and defiance and just being yourself. So, yeah, you get India Ari.
I can't tell you how happy I am that you picked India Ari too, because she's also an artist that I looked up to so much. Her songs, some of them, I really listened to it when I was down, and it was part of my healing process. So when you picked that and I got to listen to it again, I felt like getting in touch with myself again, almost like that's a part of me that I forgot, So thank you for bringing this. Yeah.
That's what I do. I always bring stuff that Jeremy hates.
It's beautiful. And like you said, she sings from her soul. It's amazing. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, she does. She's an amazing person. I've gotten to meet her once, and just an absolute wonderful, wonderful woman, who is so strong.
I can only dream of her.
Yeah, I adore her so much.
All right, CJ, what I'm about to say about this album could be 100% different if I actually had more caffeine in my system today. So just putting it out there now. But
it's fine.
I wanted to like this. I wanted to like this album. I really did. I like some of the themes she talks about. I have a top 4. I like some of the songs. But by like halfway through, I was just falling asleep listening to it. Like, it's just, there's nothing to keep you going with it. It's just like all the same melody. I had a hard time finding out where songs ended and where they began. Like, it was just like I would like look. I'd be working and listening to it and looking back at Spotify, and it's just like, oh, 3 songs went by. Okay, like I had to go back and be like, when did the song end? Like, it's just I wanted to like it more. I mean, it doesn't have that Alicia Keys like oomph that she has. Like, it's just like kind of like it all runs together. I had songs I liked, and there was different parts of different songs that I caught on, but I couldn't get into it for anything. And I mean, I have no problem listening to female artists that are solo and like doing their thing. I have no problem with R&B. I like R&B to some degree. I'm not the biggest R&B fan in the freaking world, but I like R&B to some degree. But it's just I couldn't get into it fully. I just couldn't get into it like completely. Like I tried. I even went out for like 3 cigarettes.
It's more mellow. So
I went out to. I smoked like 3 fucking cigarettes on this album. Like, stopped the album, went outside, smoked a cigarette, came back in, just trying to stay awake to listen to it. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, why does this album put me to sleep so much? Like,
it's a very chill, like, type of, something you listen to and you just vibing down.
I just couldn't vibe with it. That's the biggest thing. I couldn't vibe with it. Like, I understand like what she
not vibe up.
See, I don't do music. I don't like to do music that vibes me down. Because I have an 18-month-old. I am naturally always tired 100% of the
time. That'll put you to sleep, right?
I have an 18-month-old, so I'm always tired. But this album just didn't. I couldn't. I was almost falling asleep at certain parts of it. I'm like, oh my god, like this is bad. Like I did everything I could think of to freaking try to like caffeinate myself up. Like, downing soda, smoking cigarettes. I'm like, this album's still not hitting. What the fuck? Like, it's just one of those things. But I mean, there are parts of it I really like though. Some of the music in it was really good, and some of her voice is amazing. I'm not gonna lie, her voice is amazing. I would love to hear her do some more rock, even maybe metal type of stuff with her voice. But I mean, it's just I don't know. Like, have her cover a Stardust song and come talk to me. But
Yeah, I don't really think that's her main much.
I don't think it is either. But have her cover a Stardust song and then come talk to me because then I could fucking maybe get into it. But it is what it is. It's not the worst album you've brought on. I will say for damn sure, and it's definitely not the worst album ever brought on the show. That's for damn fucking sure. So I've had to hear some shit in the show, and that is nowhere near it.
Really?
So
yeah, we've had a few records that were questionable at best.
That's a nice way to put it. That's a nice.
100+ episodes, it's gonna fucking happen. But
oh yeah.
But CG, what are your top 5 albums for India?
I
mean, top
so
5
number
songs.
Number 5 is I See God in You. Number 4 is Always in My Head.
Okay.
Number 3 is Nature. Number 2 is Video, because that's just a cool song. But I think my favorite song is the last one. It's Wonderful. It's a Stevie Wonder tribute.
Yeah.
And it
like that too.
Really is just not just a heartfelt song. It's so descriptive in how she talks about him being, a songwriter and a poet and all the things that Stevie was. And Stevie, I know Stevie is one of her biggest inspirations. So I just thought it was very cool that, you hear a lot of them that have done songs for Aretha. They've done songs for this person or that, but you haven't really heard too many people that have written songs for Stevie. Stevie's normally writing songs for others. So it's very cool. And it's a great song, just as a sort of a standalone song. I think it's probably one of the more heartfelt moments on the record. And it's a good way to end the record. Positive.
I mean, I will say I love that she threw respect to so many other artists that came before her in her like her intros and her interludes. She threw respect to so many. She named some names I didn't think people even remembered anymore. So it's I love her for that. I do respect what came before you so that you can actually live up to their reputation. But I just I mean, the Stevie Wonder thing, that's what made me interested. When I saw the album, when I saw the track list at first, I was like, Stevie Wonder tribute. I'm like, oh, now you have my attention.
Yeah.
I'm like, I made like a freaking 200 song Stevie Wonder bracket. I'm like, you got my attention now. I fucking love Stevie Wonder, but Motown's my shit. Stevie Wonder's like the king of Motown.
Stevie's got enough songs to do it.
I could have done a 500 song bracket with him, but I fucking didn't want to do live, so I kept it to 200. But what were your top 5 songs for India though? They're Kneet.
So I have Video, Brown Skin, Ready for Love, Strength, Courage, and Wisdom, and Nature. These are my
I wanted to like Strength, Courage, and Wisdom, but I wanted to have a little more oomph to it. I wanted to have like a little more of like her really getting into it, like Aretha or freaking any of those artists would back in the day, like really getting into it in the chorus. But she didn't do that, and it kind of threw me off. But I had 4. I mean, Back to the Middle was my number 4. The guitar had a nice rhythm throughout the song, so that I enjoyed that. Part of My Life was a good song. I liked the message behind it. Wonderful was my number 2, of course, because I love Stevie Wonder, and hearing a tribute song to him was freaking amazing.
Yeah.
And then number 1 was Ready for Love, because I feel like I would have resonated with that song so much more if I heard it when it came out. Like in middle school, high school, I would have so resonated with that song and felt something for it. Like it would have been a whole nother ball game. But at this point in my life, like I don't need to be ready for love. I already have love.
It's like past that stage.
So it's like I'm like, the teenage dream love song is okay. It's good. Yeah. I can respect where it's coming from, but I just can't get into it nowadays. But
I do have to say something though. My favorite song from her is Get It Together. Actually, it wasn't in this album, but that's the song that helped me with my healing process that I was talking about earlier. I used to listen to that song quite a bit, so that's definitely my favorite song from her for sure. Just to give an honorable mention.
Yeah, she just did that was on Testimony, I think Volume 1, but she did a Testimony Volume 2, and then a couple years ago she did Worthy, and Worthy was, holy crap, it was such a great record, man. Like such a powerful message.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
Well,
definitely.
I guess that means it's time to move on to my album, and
Yes.
I have my reasons. I have my reasons for bringing this album. One, like I said, I am not the biggest R&B person out there, so I didn't have an artist like off the top of my cup that I wanted to just bring for this. Like I was like, ooh, what the fuck do I bring for this? And I looked at the year it came out in like 2003. I'm like, all right, I was in high school. Let's see what resonated with me in high school in that list of albums that came out that year.
Mm-hmm.
And I originally sent CJ a message, and I'm like, should I bring Twisted, Marilyn Manson, or Offspring? And he's like, you're gonna bring any of those to an R&B episode? And I'm like, you are correct, sir. I need to rethink this. Maybe I don't know if she's gonna dig any of those art. I mean, I feel like Manson would have fit in pretty well, actually. But
Do you think SheWolf is better? Is this?
Well,
I'm just
no. There's reason for that though. So I'm like, all right, who do I know that's a female artist that has like R&B type flow? I'm like, I was originally thinking like Adaya, who was a newer artist I discovered who is like a Irish R&B singer in a way. So I was like, I was kind of thinking of her, but then I'm like, you know what? I'm like, I've been singing this album for a fucking while, and I'm like, it's heavier than their albums by far, but I mean, I didn't have to listen to CG's album. I already knew it was heavier than his album by far. But I'm like, it's heavier than Alicia Keys to some degree as well. But I'm like, you know what? She has the same messages, that same R&B soul. And after reading your profile, I'm like, I feel like Kneet will fucking get this. I feel like she'll relate to some of the messages in this album. So I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I've been sitting this album for like a freaking 6 months now, at least, since I first heard it. And I'm like, I've been dying to bring this album on because this is the only album this band has ever put out, and it was 4 years ago, for God's sakes. Like I don't know I don't know if they broke up or what they're doing. There's like literally no information about them on the internet besides like this one album. So I don't know what they're doing, but I'm like, you know what? I gotta bring SheWolf's self-titled album, SheWolf. It's I discovered it randomly on Spotify. I didn't like she never did anything with any artists I listened to or anything. I just discovered her randomly on Spotify by like the artist you may like because you listen to this. I saw her album cover with like her like Nordic Native American painted face, and I was like, I'm like, I want to hear this. And I wasn't disappointed. I loved her band. I love her band. I love her as a singer. She is incredible. She's an incredible singer, and her band's really good. I mean, and I kind of dig the fact that her band they don't even name who her bandmates are. She's the only person that has a name. She's the only person with a name in the band. Everybody else wears masks, and they're not like known. They're just. I think like Alpha Omega, and I think they're Alpha Omega and Hunter or something, some bullshit like that. So I'm like, all right, you know what? I could dig that they don't want to be known, that they want to get this lead singer the power and the fame. So, I mean, female empowerment was kind of like the theme of the episode, whether it was or not. It kind of was to me. So I'm like, you know what? I'm bringing SheWolf because I gotta get this out there in the world. And when CJ told me he never heard of it, I was like, okay, fucking A. If CJ hasn't heard something, I'm fucking really bringing it. So, but I'm dying to know what did you think of her Kneet? Because I was like kind of like, oh, is she gonna like this or not? I don't know.
So definitely different, but different is not always bad. So I did see what you did there. I definitely understood what you did there by the messages that she brought in her music. And even though the music is worlds apart, the message is still, the same.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, but did you enjoy the music? That's the thing. Like, did you actually enjoy the style of it a little bit, or was it just completely out your like realm?
Sorry, I think we got disconnected for a second.
It froze for a hot sec. But
sorry. Go ahead. What
but
were you
no,
saying?
I was saying, did you actually like the music style, or was it like completely outside your realm?
So the music style is a little bit different, but there was a phase in my life when I was listening to music like that as well. I guess in my rebellious stage. I think it was Limp Bizkit and something that started from a P, back then. But yeah,
Oh,
so
POD.
no, I don't remember, but it was during the Limp Bizkit time.
I'm saying that's when POD was huge.
Probably,
Alive,
right?
alive. CJ, what's here? Oh, Kids Gone Wild, Kids in America. What the fuck's that song called?
I don't remember, but it
What
See,
definitely
band
reminded
are you talking about?
oh, Youth of America. We are the Youth of America. Yeah, Youth of America. That was POD's song.
yeah.
Oh, that's
Oh, Youth of the Nation. Youth of the Nation. Yeah, POD.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, so it
So,
definitely reminded me of that time of my life, like of that type of music. But what really stood out to me is the message behind it, how it actually, even though it's a whole different type of music, it carries the same type of like, the feminine energy behind it and the same message behind it. That's, I think, the beauty of music, you know? It,
Exactly. I mean, I mean, the same message could be delivered 5,000 different ways. It just has to
exactly.
get out there and be expressed. And
Yeah.
you could tell she has gone through a lot in her life with the music she does.
Mhm.
I mean, just her
Yeah.
song titles like tell you a lot. And
Yeah.
I love she touches on like some mythology and some folklore in her songs. But it's
Yeah.
I mean, I honestly am just dying to see what else she comes out with. If she comes out with anything else, I don't know. This is like a one-off album that I can't find anything about a future album. I'm like, what the fuck? It's been 4 years. You should already had like two albums by now. Like, I don't get it, but whatever. The music business is a
Yeah,
strange
but
business.
Sid, that's the interesting thing. I would love to work with artists like this, like that has just totally different music from mine. And then we put it together and we create something new, like that. I definitely want to do something like that. So maybe if she's listening, let's work on some new.
I mean, she doesn't even have a fucking YouTube, so I mean, I'll tag her fucking record label and hopefully something comes out of that.
Let's make some new music.
But
Why not?
all right, CJ, I'm dying to hear it. What do you think of SheWolf?
so first, let me give you some background on them. They're a Greek band,
Mm,
um, located in the UK. Um, her name is actually Angel Wolfblatt.
Yeah.
She is a singer for the Vivaldi Metal Project. Um, two of the guys that are under the masks are from the band Temperance. I recognize
Never,
them immediately.
never, I've never heard of that band.
me neither.
I'm letting you know. I recognized immediately that the rhythm section was from Temperance, just because when I watched the video, the way they play together, very unique to those two. The way they stand, kind of 45 and vertical to each other. You'll see it in the Temperance videos. So I knew immediately that it was Nico and Michelle, or I'm sorry, Marco and Michelle from Temperance were at least two of the people. Um, she's on Frontier Records, which probably not the best label for what she did. Musically, not horrible, not something I would listen to again. I get the impression she's trying way too hard to be within temptation. Like
Yeah,
she's trying way too hard to be Sharon on this record.
a lot of artists. I hear a lot of female artists
What
in her singing, but yeah,
the biggest thing about this record that annoyed me was there was this bottom end where they were adding unnecessary like keyboards and effects, and it just, to me, kind of bogged down the song. Like, it was unnecessary. Like, the guitars and the rhythm section were powerful enough that it should have been more like Nightwish and less of the sort of circusy keyboards and
funny you say that.
the tin whistles and shit like that. like it kind of ruined it for me. Like it was, I don't know, it was overproduced. Now I don't know who the producer was, but if I had to guess, Frontier Records has a couple of guys who are well known for taking really good records and producing them.
The
composers
were Angeliki Theodorou and Michelle Guatali. I can't pronounce those names for shit, but
Oh, Michelle Guatali. So he's one of the guys from Temperance. He's the Michelle is the bass player, I believe, and Marco is the drummer. So if Michelle had a hand in it, I don't know what went wrong. Because Temperance is normally must have been the other guy. There's a couple of guys that Frontier has that they take really good records and they produce them to the point that they're so sterile that you could operate on somebody with them because they're so sterile. There's been a number of really good records that Frontier has just completely overcooked in production. They're kind of known for it. More so with the AOR and hair rock stuff. But they've gotten into metal recently. In fact, the Seven Spires record that I brought on was one of the few good ones that Frontier did. But not a bad record. The very good starting point. You know, if they were to do a second record and build on what they have here going forward, I think they have a lot to work with.
Have you ever heard of her, the singer, or is she like, is this her first thing?
She sang with Vivaldi Metal Project.
I don't know that either. Huh.
They're an Italian group that mixes very heavy classical Vivaldi, mostly, and turn it. They take like famous classical stuff, and turn it into epic power metal. They're a little bit bombastic, a little bit over the top. So, you know, definitely not for everybody. But, you know, if you like that, you know, if you like the high operatic vocals and 2.5 minute keyboard solo followed by a 2-minute guitar solo followed by a 45-second drum solo, you know, a 9-minute song that could have easily been 4.5. Vivaldi is awesome. My problem with them is one of the guys in the Vivaldi project, he's the leader of the group. He likes to show off, you know, and he's got this massive keyboard that he kind of wears it and it goes all the way around his body and he can spin his body like, you know, in a circle. And he does these like 3 and 4 minute keyboard solos in the middle of songs. And after about 30 seconds, you're kind of like, okay, we get it, asshole. You can play keyboards. Move along, you know. Not every song needs a 3-minute keyboard solo.
Wow.
So, you know, if you like that, awesome, cool. To me, it gets a little monotonous.
Yeah, it would. It would.
Once I looked her up, I knew who she was. She's a very capable singer, you know, and I'm not saying singing like Sharon is a bad thing. Lord knows I absolutely fucking love Sharon Veneta. So, yeah. But if I were singing this kind of music, I would want to kind of carve my own unique voice as opposed to, you know, it's like the Kingdom Come record. You know,
it's funny. It's funny you say Nightwish though, because I totally didn't apparently send myself the top 5 for this, so I'm going off the cuff on that when I do it. But there's a song in here that reminds me of Nightwish like heavily. So
yeah, there's a bunch of them, but
I mean, actually, I know what song it is.
It's overproduced and there's a lot of unnecessary keyboard effects and tin whistles and things that on the production side, if you were to strip them away and just let the guitars in the rhythm section do their thing, it would be much more powerful and much more effective, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But it's a debut record. Everybody's got to start somewhere and build from it. So not every debut record nails it 100%. And
not everybody can be Lordi and make an amazing debut record.
And dude, even Lordi's first record was.
I fucking love the first record.
Their second one was way better than the debut.
Heavy was fucking amazing. Don't get me wrong, but the first album was very good.
Yeah, but you got to start somewhere and you got to build from it. So seeing where they go from here, if they do anything more, I mean, there are bands that, like I said, the first record was and then they came out with the second one and we're like, okay, now they got it.
I mean, they need to get on fucking what's the record they were that Lord of the Lost is on? It's the most popular one. It's not Nuclear Blast. Not Nuclear Blast. Yeah, Nuclear Blast.
I think it is Nuclear Blast.
Like they should get Nuclear Blast. Like holy fuck, they had to get.
And they may going forward. Like I said, dude, so many things can happen. Frontier is one of them bands or labels that, it's run by a set of brothers who 95% of what they do are the hair bands. Striper, Slaughter, Nelson, Hardcore Superstar, those are the bands that they do. Eclipse, Jeff Scott Soto, White Snake, those are the bands that they are their bread and butter. But around 2022, they created a metal imprint.
Yeah.
And they signed Seven Spire, SheWolf, Lunar Circle, I think it was. And I know two or three other ones that they're all female fronted bands. They didn't sign any male metal bands. Their metal experiment was all female fronted metal bands. Seven Spire being the best by far.
Oh God, yeah. God, yes.
Not that I'm partial, that I'm friends with the singer, but you've heard them. They speaks for itself. Adriana is an absolute fucking goddess.
I mean, she's touring with Advantageous, for God's sake. I mean, come on now.
And among others, but like I said, this has its high points. It has its low points.
Yeah.
It's a very good starting point to work from in the future.
I agree. I mean, I love this whole album. Like honestly, I could honestly rank this whole album and be fine with it. Like it's it's a good fucking album. It's fun. My top 5, in no particular order, because I don't have my top 5 list. But actually, okay, maybe. But I really liked "Falling Without You" is a fucking amazing song. It's a good love song or heartbreak song in a way, kind of. "Nothing Is Forever" is a fucking amazing song. Like that song blows me away every time I hear it. "Safe in the Dark," I like that. That feels like a survivor song for women who have been victims of abuse. Like I feel like that's a very feminine song. "Moonbound" is a song I said this. I thought that kind of sounded like Nightwish. That definitely had like a Nightwish feel to it. And I like that tin whistle. I don't care what you say, CJ. I like that fucking tin whistle in the background. It gave it like a Native American feel, which is what Nightwish did like in their early days. So I kind of like that. And then "The One You Feed's another great song that would be on the list somewhere. But "Lone Wolf" is the best song off the album, 100%. That chorus, when she sings like lone wolf, and then like they do like the freaking like chanting behind it, like it's kind of like almost magical in a way. And the orchestral version of it on this album too is fucking phenomenally well done. I
listened to that as well.
There's a reason that "Lone Wolf" is like it's one of the 2 songs they made a video for, and there's a reason for that. Like it's a fucking incredible song. And like I said, I like that the fucking rest of the bands wear masks and you're not supposed to know who they are, even though CJ, I knew CJ would figure it out because he could pick out
Yeah.
anybody out of any band and figure out who the fuck they're from. But that's one of his talents. But
It's my stupid pet trick.
basically. But what were your top five songs for them there, Neat?
So also in no particular order, but I did write on my number one as Lone Wolf as well. But I did like the orchestra version, like you just said just now. And I also got Home, I got Moonbound, and then I got Safe in the Dark, and then I got Nothing Is Forever, which is like a slower one, right? So that one also
Yeah.
kind of was
It's
nice.
nothing is forever is kind of like a heartbreak song. Like you just went through
Yeah,
a really bad breakup, and
yeah,
that's a good healing song, 100%.
yeah.
I wish I scrubbed that song fucking in 2015, but it didn't exist yet, so things are what they are.
Yeah, right.
But but uh, but CJ, do you have any top songs for this?
I do. No particular order. I want to say I would have had Welcome to the Pack, if not for that stupid out of place tin whistle that just annoyed the piss out of me. But that was overall a really good song. I did notice that it got stronger as they went.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things they got one of the things they got correct, is sequencing of this record, that it did build correctly, and the songs got stronger and stronger as it went along. So Safe in the Dark was a really great song. Thrill of the Chase, I thought was a great song. Thrill of the Chase, I thought could have been a Nightwish song. You know, it had that vibe and feel. Oh, it could have been a song during the Annette years. Let me see. I had Home was one of them that I liked, and then I think the other one was, I think it was Falling Without You. It was one of the ones towards the end. That
Falling Without You is a powerful fucking song. It really is.
Yeah. So, I mean, it like I said, it has its low points, but it has its high points. It's not a bad record at all. It's actually much better than I expected it to be. You know, because I wasn't expecting a lot. Like the I don't know, the cover was kind of like, I've seen that a billion times. But you know, definitely a good starting point. I think with a better producer and more, you know, effort into the production side. You know, I have a couple people that I would definitely, if I was the one doing it, I have a couple people that I would definitely link them to, you know, and you know, I would bring in some songwriters and some different people that maybe were more permanent, you know.
Yeah. I mean, trust me, I definitely sense it could be better. They could have been epic. They could have had an epic debut album. They had the right people behind it. But
the reason I knew immediately that it was the two guys from Temperance, about 5 years ago, the lead singer of Evergrey became the singer of Temperance as well. So that immediately made me like start paying a lot more attention to Temperance, just because Tomas was the singer now. So was like, okay, you know.
Tomas of Nightwish fame?
No, well, he goes by Tom, but his name is Tomas Ugland. He's a lead singer of Nightwish, but he's also the lead singer of Temperance and of a band called Redemption. So he's got 3 different bands.
So of Nightwish fame. Okay, yeah, I know that Tomas. Like,
no, not the Nightwish guy, the Evergrey guy.
I was like, you just said Nightwish. I was like, what the fuck?
No,
but
I'm sorry, no, Evergrey. I'm sorry, Evergrey.
All right, well,
no, Tomas is a keyboard player guy from Nightwish. So
yeah, I think
I
I met him.
apologize.
I think I met him actually for a second.
Mm.
I saw them live, but I think I met him for a second. I think he was handing out albums when we walked into this arena, but
Might have been.
could have been. I mean, and it's actually funny because at the Nightwish concert, I met a girl that was obsessed with him. Like
Mm-hmm.
she was like drunk as shit. And she's come over and she's like, Tomas is so hot.
Oh.
I was like, okay.
She was having her
Um,
little moment.
Tomas
and,
is the one that's really tall in the group.
yeah,
And
yeah.
Hempu is the one who's should be in
Yeah.
Windrose because he's like
A dwarf, yeah.
4'9".
Yeah. I mean, I know who Tomas is. I mean, Tomas. Yeah, he's got the long flowing blonde hair. He wrote
the one who looks like Johnny Depp, basically. The one who looks like Captain
Oh.
Jack Sparrow.
I mean, he wrote the fucking Scrooge McDuck album. That's fucking amazing. But
Yeah, the Scrooge musical.
But I don't know. I wanted to bring this band on finally, and happy I got a chance to.
Yeah,
But
I think
folks,
she carries a good message. So I'm sorry about that. Yeah.
oh no, it definitely carries an amazing message for women and men alike, but women especially. But which I have no problem with that at all. A lot of music I listen to is aimed towards women. I know it is, but it's got good messages, so I fucking have no problem giving them listens and getting their numbers up there. But
Yeah.
folks, we brought you 3 albums tonight. As always, we went a little bit off our usual course, but it's nice to get a break from the metal and the rap for once. So, or they're just a classic rock. And if you haven't had a chance, go check out Kneet Music. Go check out her new single, Time. The video is amazing. The song is amazing. I fucking love it. And I ain't gonna lie, the video is hot as shit. So,
The song name is Rise.
Rise that time, yeah.
Yes. So thank you about the video was really fun to shoot. I went to the actual location of when the thing happened, so it was really empowering.
Yeah, you're on the front steps of the court. I can easily tell that for like certain shots of the video.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
and the scenes on the bench in the rain were just like, I'm like, this is how you make a music video. This is how you make a music video. Like, what the?
That's really what happened, though. And the apartment building that I was thrown out of my own house. My child was taken. The narrative was built. That was all in the real location.
Oh fuck! I appreciate that. That's real as shit. And I
Yeah.
mean, all 4 singles Kneet has released are fucking incredible. All 4
Thank
that are on Spotify. The video for Rise is on YouTube. You can watch it. It's fucking amazing.
Thank
And where can they find you though? I'll let you tell them where they can find you.
Yes. So on social media platforms, you can find me under Kneet Music, Kneet Music. And on musical platforms, it's just Kneet, Kneet. You can get all the updates, videos, interviews over there.
100%. And her link tree will be in the description of this podcast for any listeners. Just because if you want to go check her out, please do. I highly, highly, highly recommend it.
Thanks so much.
I'm following her on Spotify now because I want to see what she does in the future. But I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that first album to drop. But
yes,
see, hopefully that's soon. But CJ, where can they find you in all your musical godliness?
The main website is musicgodcjplaying.rocks, ROCKS. You can find me all the social media sites, TikTok, Book, all them places. But also all streaming services. The full-length record, Neon Exodus, is up there. I have 2 singles that are reggae singles that are both in Tagalog.
wow.
So those are there. And also we have the Gen X anthem. And then we're going to go a 4th direction because the first one was a hair metal one. And then we did the synthwave one. And then we did the 2 reggae records. And now we're going to do a ska punk record because, me, I got to cover it all. So the first single for that will be coming at the end of June. The first single is called #FuckYou.
Like
yes,
it.
it's exactly what you think it is. It's me being a total spaz about everything in the world and just making fun of all of it.
Actually, CJ's got a song coming out about narcissists.
Yes, there's one of the songs.
Wait.
So the record is called Love Songs for the Mentally Impaired. Basically, imagine if Weird Al Yankovic and Bowling for Soup went into a studio together. All of the songs are very tongue-in-cheek, but one of them is called Who Invited the Narcissist?
Wow.
There's one called My Therapist Thinks You're a Red Flag. It's basically...
How can I be a part of this, please?
I tell you what, I will find you on... Do you have a Facebook?
Yes, Kneet Music.
I will find you on Facebook, and I will send you that single so you can hear it. I think you'll appreciate me making fun of all the narcissists in the world. But it's going to be a very tongue-in-cheek record. It's definitely not for the children. Unlike Wu-Tang, this record is not for the children. It is definitely going to be not suitable for work record.
I've heard some singles off it. It definitely is not. But
yeah, it's way over the top, but it's fun.
That's fine. I'll put my headphones on.
Yeah, it's only meant to just make fun of all the stupidity in the world.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah. But anyway, that's where you find.
And you can find both your musers on Facebook as Squatchy Largefoot, on X and the Gram as that Juggalo Bastard, and of course, YouTube, the best place to see everything we've ever done over the last, God, it's been 4 years now almost.
That's the record cover.
Nice. I'm looking forward to it.
But yeah, YouTube and Alchemy Music Musings, the best place to find everything we've ever done for the last 4 years. But come back next week, folks. We have a good. We have. I don't want to say good because our guests are good always. In our own way, but we have someone next week that's worked with Eminem, that's worked with Tech Nine. Oh, there we go. Okay, but our guest next week has worked with Eminem, Tech Nine, Chris Calico, and so many other great rap artists. Wow. Next week we are having Doc Ish on the show, so come back next week and check it out. And until then, everybody, have a good night, and make sure you go check out Kneet Music because it's phenomenal. Come back next week, everybody. Have a good one.